Welcome to the Ops. It's your girl, Spicy K.
And it's your girl TK. How y'all doing?
We're on episode 42, live and in effect tonight
Er,
on this
er,
very cold, very,
very
very,
cold.
very, very cold night. Um,
Uncharacteristically cold night here.
yes, Tennessee's probably a little bit colder than
That's
Alabama.
all good. That's all good. That don't matter to me right now because it's cold as shit on my bones. Whew. My
So, of
cousin
course,
is stuck.
you
Their cousin stuck down there at the airport.
in Nashville?
They went to
Oh,
Vegas this weekend for her birthday, and they got laid over in Minnesota this morning. Their flight was supposed to come out yesterday, so they couldn't take a flight out to this afternoon from Minnesota. But yeah, it's causing a whole lot of havoc,
whoa. Yeah,
and it's cold.
well, who are you telling on this week? I know if your cousin was here, your cousin be telling on whoever they flying with, I guess, or the weather.
Man, I mean you can't do the snowstorm, so he can tell on whoever he want. This week, I'm telling on these Huntsville drivers in this ice and snowstorm. Now, I only go out simply because there was groceries that I was needing, and I'm gonna tell you, none of the grocery stores that you would expect to be open were open. This time, the only one that came through for me was Walmart. So I'm telling on the grocery stores that was closed and these awful drivers in Huntsville. So, if you are familiar with the Huntsville area on the north side at the Sparkman Walmart, there's a traffic signal that indicates, at the crosswalk that somebody can cross over, right?
Yeah,
Somebody has slid into that pole, knocking off on the ground, exposing the wires and everything. So, I'm gonna tell you, people, it's not hard to drive in this type of weather, but you have to be careful. And going up and down hills is a no. They've closed off the elevated parts of the parkway in 565 because you idiots would still try to get off on the ramp, sliding over into the concrete walls and possibly going over those barriers. So we all know
that
that
sounds
Huntsville
dangerous.
probably, yes, Huntsville probably has the worst drivers in America. I mean, I've lived several places, and I don't think anyone drives worse than the drivers here in Huntsville, Alabama. And you know who I'm talking about. You motherfuckers out there that can't drive. But yeah, you can't really drive in the sunlight or in the daylight
I
when
was
y'all out
like the
here
sunlight.
trying to drive in the dark and in the snow and ice. I mean, it's ice. It's pure ice. You crunching ice under your tires every time you drive, and you have to first of all have good tires. We all know that the little Azteca Amigos folks down here supply most of Huntsville with their tires being used. If you have those tires on your car at this moment, do not go out.
I'm
Stay at
so
home.
confused.
Yeah, you may not be one of those that use. You don't seem like you would use a used tire. You're gonna go buy a brand new tire. But some people out here,
Well,
they
sometimes you
have
got
to
to do
do
what you got to do. I haven't always had the
exactly.
ability to buy a new one, so sometimes I have had to use a used car. So
And this guy, like the Amigos, Azteca, whoever they are, they usually have good supply tires. But if right now, for today and tomorrow, if you got them tires on your car, please refrain from going outside into the public, because you're gonna be like this other guy. And I passed by my former job, and don't you know that them hoes was at work? The people that did my job wasn't at work because I know they told her to kiss their entire ass. I'm not coming in, but she had one driver and her up there trying to work. But she was closing early. She was leaving out herself. Cause I mean, who would really want to have to go and do that in this type of weather? I live right around the corner, and I wouldn't have gone and done that in this weather. She can kiss my tail if I had still been working there with them. But yeah, these jobs, like I saw a meme, they're not gonna help you replace your car. They're not gonna help you do nothing with your car if you wreck it trying to get to their job. They are gonna require you to stay until it's over and leave, and probably putting yourself in more danger trying to leave out in the darkness because it's freezing again. Like the sun was out all day today and it melted a lot of stuff that's just going to refreeze on tonight because it's single digit degrees out here. So Huntsville driver, excuse me, I'm telling on y'all, y'all suck. Stay in the house and be careful. If you must leave, just do the right thing. You don't have to go over 20 miles an hour out here. And if you come across a hill, turn towards the direction that you are sliding. Do not do this number here because baby, you will hit everything in sight and probably other people. So please be careful out here. Love y'all. Mwah. Who you telling though?
Whoa. I'm telling on my nephew.
Oh
Um,
God.
he's the oldest of the bunch of my mama grandkids. And I'm telling on him because he sent my mama a picture of my little baby little brother in his basketball uniform. I didn't even know the
Mm-hmm.
little boy was gonna play basketball. He didn't tell me nothing about basketball. But then didn't even send me my own personal pictures of my little baby. And I know my baby play basketball. Cause he said he gonna make it to the NBA and give me an allowance.
That's
That's
what's
very
up.
important to know. So I'm telling on my nephew. So Quinn,
Cause
if you
he,
listening, I'm telling on you because you know better. You know you're supposed to send me pictures of Lip Man. And how you gonna send my mama pictures of Brian and not send me pictures of Lip Man? I just don't understand.
me either. Y'all to be ashamed of yourselves.
He really should. He sent me
Mm.
pictures all the time. Send me pictures and videos. He sent me pictures of Lip Man. He sent my mama pictures of Brian. And he just forgot to send pictures this time of my baby in his basketball uniform because that was his
Po
first game.
nephew,
I know.
po nephew. He just can't catch a
Just
break, can he?
disrespectful. Yeah, just
I
completely
don't.
disrespectful.
It's probably
But
more
he
of an
did.
absent-minded kind of
Yeah,
thing.
he.
I don't think it was
When I brought it
intentional.
to his attention, he did correct it immediately and send me pictures.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
But
I'm
you
just
still
saying
felt you had to tell on them because that's what you do, snitch. Okay.
because I couldn't think of anybody else that I wanted to tell on this week, and that was in the forefront of my mind. Also, that little baby, he
Not the
called
little
me last
baby.
night,
Mm-hmm.
and I told him because I sent him pictures of snow because we got snow. We got a lot of snow in Tennessee. I
Oh
wanted to
yeah.
show them. Obviously, they're not at school yesterday because it was MLK, and I wanted to send him pictures. He gonna wait until nighttime to call me and say, "I want you to send me. I want you to show me the snow." It's dark at this point. I'm not turning the light on. I'm not getting up off the couch. But yeah, that's who.
Oh gosh.
It's like way
That
too
that
much
would have
work.
that would have involved. Yeah, I see. Yeah, Lee, bless his
Way too much
heart.
work.
Can't catch a break with you.
But that's his son that I'm talking about. Not him. But yeah, so that's who I am telling on this week. So of course, we have a segment called "It's Cool When They Do It." It's a problem when we do it. And this segment is talking about Dr. Bonnie Bailey,
Mm.
and she pretty much was a administrator at Lincoln University. I think the full title is like Lincoln University of Missouri or something like that.
Missouri. I thought that was
Yeah,
in Oklahoma.
but I think like the full title is I think that's the name of the full title of the of the school. So anyway,
Mm.
she's a black lady and she committed suicide. Also should say trigger warning. I guess I should have said that a long time ago.
Mm.
Um and yeah, Lincoln University in Missouri. Hold on. That's I was like, I know it said Missouri. The president as of the other day had resigned on an paid administrative leave while they do an investigation. Part of what they said, it looks like part of her suicide note made mention that she felt bullied and felt like that he had taken a part in her depression and things of that nature. Now, one thing in particular I saw,
Mm.
apparently she didn't work for, she stopped working for the, she was terminated, fired, or whatever, back at in the beginning of January. So technically, she was not still a faculty member, I guess, or administrator at that point when she, prior to her committing suicide. Now, the president is Mr. Mosley.
John Mosley.
Yeah, John Mosley to be exact. He is a white guy that, from what I read, is married to a black woman. So it's two kind of things that kind of got brought up, and one of the reasons why we're doing this story is it normal or is it expected for a white guy, white male, white female, whatever have you, to be a president of HBCU? And do you think that he should be terminated from his position based on what happened to Dr. Bailey, or what's been stated from Dr. Bailey, like I said, from her suicide note and what she had mentioned apparently to family and friends? So, TK, what are your thoughts?
Well, first off, I don't think it's very common at this day and age that we have a president that is Caucasian of an HBCU simply because what? Like what? What? Like what do you even, you know what I'm saying? The president? No. You got faculty, you got staff. You know, my HBCU had a wonderful English teacher, RIP Miss Cade. She was an awesome teacher that was white and that was very passionate about our learning and education. But the president, the one that's supposed to, no, I don't think I've ever heard of that, but I haven't, you know, been part of all HBCUs. Second of all, she had some kind of hyphenated name. This one name was Antoinette Bonnie Candia Bailey. Like all this was her whole name.
Yeah,
So I don't know what that's all about, but you know,
she was
we're not
married.
gonna speak.
She was married. That's why.
Okay, yeah, but it's just a whole lot. But we don't want to speak ill of the dead. But for her, and where is her husband at in this, in her protection from said bullying and harassment that she was receiving? Like you're not gonna be no white man at my HBCU bullying me around because I'm gonna get everybody else that's not white, and we're gonna be on your ass. So I want to know, you know, he's with him resigning, there has to
No, no,
be
no. He didn't
no.
resign.
I'm
He's
sorry, with
on.
him administrative leave, yeah.
Yeah.
But with him being put on administrative leave, there's obviously some sort of aspect that he had to do with involvement with her death. So I really want to know what his situation was all about. I want to know what's going on. I hate that she felt that she had no other option but to take her own life. You know, we don't advocate for violence, you know, but you know, it might have been better for her to, you know, bust some caps at him instead of herself. Like, what is that? It has to do with the mental issue. We do know that bullying and harassment can lead to, mental problems, mental issues, anxiety, depression, things like that. If you feel that you are subjected to this and you have no other options, such as being at work. She's a very prestigious position. You know, she was over student affairs. More than likely, she wanted to advocate for the students, and you know that was being met with bullying and harassment for whichever reason why by this. We're just gonna say Caucasian president because,
Also, she
again,
was an alumni as well.
right? So she,
Yeah.
she has a really big uh, piece of her heart is at this school and everything. So I really, I hate that we're not going to get to the bottom of it. Maybe she could have filed suit against him before taking her own life, and we don't know what else contributed to that. But it's really a sad situation, and I was totally misguided. You know, when I started reading this, I thought they were having some sort of affair or something like that. We don't know if that could be the case, but that's where I went immediately with it.
Mm.
Um, because what in the world? Like seriously, it's just a baffling story. It's heartbreaking to know that her family implicated this man,
Yeah.
saying that he like her like they know of something that has transpired between them. we don't know what it is or whatever, you know, if that was solely the reason why she took her life or whatever. If anything, there's misconduct on behalf of Mr. John's part, Mr. Mosley.
Well, the thing
He,
about it is she hadn't even been at the school that long. Like she just started her position back in May. So all of this transpired quickly.
yeah.
Yeah, it said that she started a position on May 1st. So all of this transpired like very quickly. Um, she was 49 years young. And like I said, she was an alumni. And she had apparently she had a, great passion for the students, the university, and all that stuff. I it's like I said, it said that she was terminated on January the 3rd, and then later on committed this act. I don't think people realize how much like bullying has an impact on people, especially if you're already having mental health challenges. Like, I'm not sure exactly what all happened, but it's, in the supposedly note, it stated that he really wanted her to fail and not really succeed in her position. So, like I said, I don't know exactly what caused it, caused her, termination on January the 3rd, but it's a
Hmm.
sad situation
Well,
altogether.
it says that she had continually failed to appropriately supervise her staff in in the area of student affairs. So that leads me to believe that this man and maybe others on the board that she was uh, going to could have been plants or something that they wanted to destroy the HBCU. Like what in the world could that have even been about to where they asked him to leave? So they're obviously aware of the situation.
No,
Because if you go
you
above
mean
the
ask her to leave?
yeah no they asked him to leave.
Oh,
They
okay,
asked him
okay.
to
The protest. Okay,
put him
okay.
on administrative leave. Um, because there probably had been like she had gone to the board. The only person that can say anything to the president is the board, right?
Correct.
Like
Yeah, the
he's
trustees and all that
probably
stuff. Yeah. Also, his wife is a member of the faculty as well.
so you see what I mean? They done tell me about something, and we gonna have to get to the bottom of there's gonna be a full on investigation, which is why they placed him on leave so he can't taint taint it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He can't try to persuade people to say this, say that. Oh my
But apparently,
gosh.
apparently originally she had a good relationship with the guy. And then she stated that it basically deteriorated. At least that's what her family and friends are stating, that the relationship deteriorated, and he basically wanted her to fail. I know people were saying that. Well, she said to one of her friends in this particular article that the job was depressing. Um, I really hate that she felt like that was the only way.
Yeah.
Cause that's sad. You when like people don't understand how impactful bullying or any kind of workplace harassment or anything like that, like how much of an impact that it has on your mental ability. And like not everybody has the resources and things to be able to deal with it, to be comfort, you see what I'm saying? So and sadly in this case, even with what seems to be an involved husband and involved mother and friends and family, because after her death I started seeing a lot of things that mention her and a lot of statements that had been on social media about her, about how she was inspirational and all of these things. And of course, people sometimes, what's the word? Sometimes praise the dead, but never, when I say that, I mean like they give praise to a person when, like, or their flowers, basically. They give them flowers, but yet and still, they may not have said anything while the person was alive. That's what I'm meaning. Are you
True
staring
that.
at me like
That
that?
is. I
Well,
was just
because
saying.
I didn't know what other word to use currently at this moment.
Praise
Um,
the dead.
well,
That's
I'm just
evil
saying.
somewhere. It
What?
gotta be.
I'm just saying. I didn't know what other word
Like
to
a
use.
seance.
No, come on now,
I don't
be
know.
for real.
But my thing is, okay, so Mr. Man, okay, my thing, okay, so I have frequently, let's just say a lot, have been put in Facebook jail for bullying and harassment, and I think it's inappropriate because it's words. Like, how you gonna tell me I can't
No,
say something to somebody that responds to me? Now, seriously, like you what bullying is if I'm coming to find you, I'm at your door, or contacting you every day, talking about, hey, you stupid, I think you ugly. You know what I'm saying? Like harassing people and being mean for no reason. But sometimes you have an exchange of words, and you know people will say, "Oh, you're bullying me." So I'm not saying that she wasn't harassed, but we'll that all will come out in the wash as far as an investigation, because she communicated through email and text with her family that these things were happening to her. So, maybe they'll testify to their behalf of what was being said, but then we'll never really know exactly how they came about that. And then I'm quite sure that if you do that to somebody and then try to fire them, that's illegal. I don't really know from a HR standpoint, but I mean in a university, you can't bully somebody and then fire them. So it's like hello. But again, it's probably going to be come down to her mental health and what was going on in the situation, unless she was actually physically being assaulted or harassed in that way. I don't know, but this man, they went to put him on leave for something. When they usually put you on leave that fast, because this happened January 3rd. He on leave, or she got
that's when she
her
was terminated,
right,
but
yeah,
she recently committed suicide. Let me just put it that way.
yeah.
Yeah.
hmm So yeah, I hope they figure everything out, and Mr. Mosley hopefully gets replaced. I'm sorry, I don't know about his qualifications, but one of
So on
the
the eighth,
qualified.
basically on the eighth. So terminate on the third, eighth. That's when she committed suicide. So
So yeah, we'll figure this. This will come. We usually prompt these stories for discussion, so you'll do your own research and look into it and see what you can find out about the situation. It's our job to break the news to you. Maybe you didn't know about this, so we find out why Dr. Bonnie committed suicide and what Dr. Mosley, whatever whatever reason he was around, we'll never know. But for whatever reason he was around, what he had to do with it,
yeah,
because in situations like that, you have to figure, is he the best look, for the demographic that he represents? Because they said she failed to protect students, uh, and for or I just was led to believe that they fired her because she wasn't advocating or protecting student affairs, and that's important to the students that's there. So I really want to know what was going on. I'd like to see the specifics on why she was terminated, all of that. Like, it's a lot of stuff. Like, I'm gonna follow up on this.
I would too. Only mostly because like if you got terminated on January 3rd, in my mind, school would have just potentially started back for you to have to go back to work. So unless some kind of investigation happened or something happened,
Yeah,
you
last year
know,
from May.
from December, which even then that would have been probably like before December 15th, before school was out. You see what I'm saying? So that's a
Right.
long period of time. So I don't know if they were investigating the whole time and wait for them to return. Not really sure what happened, but yeah, that's definitely a weird situation. I also, before we go to our next story, I also wanted to say that I saw a lot of people talking about the 215 bodies that were found, and I had to let the people know we talked about it on our podcast. You're gonna get stories here that most people are probably not talking about, especially that first story that we're talking about. Everything else is gonna be pop culture and trendy, but that first story, like this one, is typically gonna be something that a lot of people may not be talking about that we just happen to run across. So, just wanted
Right.
to throw that out there. So,
We
I'm
tell it
quite sure
all.
you realize that last week was a sad day for a lot of people in the state of Alabama and Alabama fans. We can still talk about those other coaches, but let's just be for real.
Hmm.
The people only really cared so much about Pete Carroll and Belichick, whatever his name is. Oh, Bill Belichick. What's his name? Is it Bill?
Yeah,
Yes,
I
sir.
mean,
Okay, it's Bill.
yeah,
Okay.
he was. They really were both really. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, but the real story was the fact that our coach, Nick Saban, decided to retire from University of Alabama football. And everybody and their mama got something to say. Whether
Especially
it's
the
good,
Auburn losers.
whether it's good or bad, they got something to say. So give us your, as an Alabama fan, give us your take, because I know you was mad at me last week because
Yes, you wouldn't shut up, and I was being sensitive, and you was like, "Oh, well, yeah, he retired." No shit, Kev. Everybody knows that. You think I don't know that? Everybody knows that. I'm trying to process it, and you wouldn't give me time. You wouldn't let
well,
up.
first
Like
of
I
all,
said
you
to
told me it
Terry.
wasn't real. You was like, "Why am I believing this story?"
Right, I did. And I told that to several people on Facebook. Like y'all are stupid because it doesn't even make sense. He said because I know I follow the man, so I know he said him and his wife both said that he wasn't retiring anytime soon, which is why I've changed my whole stance about Coach Nick Saban. Great man, great man. He did wonderful things for the University of Alabama. I became an Alabama fan right before they made the hire. You know, I'm originally from Tennessee, so I was definitely a Vols fan until they made several stupid decisions that led me to not be a fan of them anymore. So I moved here, so I was like, I had to pick Alabama or Auburn. I picked the one that makes sense because the school that's to the south of us is not the school to want to pick. Uh, I followed his whole career with Alabama. He's been very successful for us. We won what 6 championships under
Hmm.
him. So,
Six
you
national.
know, 6 national championships, several SEC championships. Um, just an awesome coach. Now, what upsets me is the reason that I feel, and so does Deion Sanders and others people in the game feel he retired because he has now lost control of the recruiting process. And I think that's some bitch ass shit. So I love Coach Saban, but I think that's some bitch ass shit because now the stacks that we had, to continue the success there at Alabama, it's dwindling. People are transferring into the portal. Recruits that have committed to Alabama are now decommitting from Alabama because Coach Saban has retired. So that really is messing up the process for Coach DeBoer, whatever his name. I don't even know how to say that.
Kalen,
DeBoer.
DeBoer. Yeah,
Fuck out of here. Like he had a
that's your
good
new
season.
coach. That's your new coach.
I don't give a goddamn. Until he step out on that field, he ain't my new shit. So that's who I have to work with. That's who we have to now look forward to carry on the success because most of the coaching staff is going to remain, but I think there will be also some changes in that
Yeah,
as
there's gonna be
well.
some shakeups.
But that's dumb. If he come out here shaking up too much, they will have his head. Worry, it ain't gonna have nothing to do with me. But yeah, so we're not expected to be. I mean, we're placed 5 now in the coaches poll. We're not expected to be, uh, champions next year like it was intended to. Milrow was coming is coming back, but he's got several of his targets that he had this past season that will be going into either the NFL or transferring into the portal. The famous Auburn Cats, on fourth and what 31, yeah, Isaiah Bond, he's leaving. Um, so that makes a big difference, but that will open up opportunities for guys that have been training behind these guys to make plays and make positions for themselves to be on the team.
Also, any
Uh,
incoming freshmen as well. Keep in
oh yeah,
mind,
we got
like literally the guy. Like, don't get me wrong. I think obviously I don't think people expectations for this coming up year is going to be really high. But keep in mind though, like while they didn't win, he also was just at the national championship, even though
the
he did not
coach.
win.
Yeah,
Yeah, the coach,
he did not.
even though did
He
not
did not
win.
win.
But so that's
Washington had a great season under
that's
him.
potentially promising as well. Yeah, like they only lost the one game that mattered, but they only lost the one game. So
Screw
um
Michigan, by the way. But yeah,
you said
they
what?
he. I said screw Michigan, but
No, I know because I'm always a firm believer in the team that beats me needs to be the winner. So the fact that they beat Alabama, they deserve to win. That's my theory.
I will never say anything
That's
like
how I
that
go about
because
life.
we
Cause
beat
then you
ourselves.
get you get beat out,
We did not.
you get beat by a lose, like you get beat, and then like they don't win, like it makes you look bad. It doesn't make us look bad if since Michigan won. I'm just saying, I feel
It doesn't.
accomplished.
It doesn't look good
Hey,
either. So I don't even know how to explain
if
that.
they would not have
But
been the champion, it would have looked worse in
I
my
don't think
eyes.
so because they did not beat us. We beat ourselves and lost the game. So it
But
wasn't
at
so
the
much
end of
that
the
they
day,
were
the
better than
scoreboard
us.
had them with more points, so that's how that works. The team
Yeah.
with the
So
more
screw you
points at
too.
the end.
Uh, but it is it is what it is. Is what happened. So the guy that cost us that game is claiming that he's going into the transfer portal, which is good because he was he received a lot of hell after fucking up that game. Because yeah, it all starts with the center. So if you can't snap the fucking ball, we can't get the ball in hand and do anything with it. So
But I think
um,
it's gonna be it's a lot that's gonna be going on. We got to have a new kicker.
yep,
Um,
he went to the league.
yeah,
He
we got
scored
to
the
have a
most
new
points.
kicker.
He scored the most points in the whole what SEC, NCAA, something like that. Will Record got that foot. We need you. We could use you at the Titans as well because I think our kicker is still injured. We got a lot of changes at the Titans too. Coach Vrabel was also let go.
He
He
was.
didn't resign. He was let go
Yeah.
finally. I called for this 2 seasons ago. Now they just waited and screwed up my team for 2 seasons, and then it's like, oh, I think we should fire him. Yeah, no. What it come to find out, he wanted complete control of the team as if he were the general manager, and
Oh.
they just hired a black man for that. So you don't take away this like he just got here. You've been fucking up, Rabel. So come on now, don't do that. And Amy Strunk said, well, if that's how you really feel, you can go. They said he had a bit of a nervous breakdown or something. It's like he finna take some time off. He don't want to be a
Oh.
coach anywhere.
Well,
Oh my
that's
ass
sad.
hair.
No, like
That
that's
ain't sad.
sad.
Fuck
That's
him.
sad. We
Shit.
just talked about mental health on Doctor Bonnie, and then you up there gonna talk about he got mental health issues, and then you like just forget it. No, no,
Yeah.
that's not how any of
Fuck
that
him.
works.
His mental health issues been fucking up my team. She ain't done nothing to my team. You know what I'm saying? And she not here anymore. So yeah, I have that's something. Now if he was to unalive himself, I probably would apologize for the statements that I made. But he ain't done that. He just want to fuck up and just go sit down somewhere and eat cheese doodles all fucking day, and just not worry about the shit that he done caused. So no, nervous breakdown, my ass. Boy, you a millionaire. Got no goddamn sympathy for you. Uh, over here
They
messing
have
up my
feelings
team.
too. Millionaires, billionaires, they have feelings. They could
Okay,
also have mental health issues. It could be a
I
lot
didn't say
going
that he couldn't.
on.
But as far as my sympathies for him, I have none. I'm sorry. Like I'd hate for him to have anxiety or a breakdown or something like that. But he caused it upon himself from being an idiot. So
That's why we are the
you know,
ops. We are
we are the
completely
ops.
opposites about this situation.
Fuck Coach Brable. Look, they wanted him up in New England, but now he want to take some time off because he can't handle that. He
How
don't
was he
want to
going
go
to go
up
to
there
New
fucking
England
up.
when they already had a successor? Like that was already built.
They
Mayo was
didn't.
already built in his contract for him to be the next coach. He's already
I don't
the
know about
Patriots have
that.
already had a they already announced a new head coach.
I know, but what I'm saying is, initially, before all that, I mean, contracts can change every day. I don't care what's written in it, but they wanted
But
Vrabel
then
up
you don't
there,
pay. But you got to pay money if you don't.
and they do every time they fire a coach that's still in the contract. They pay fucking money. They don't care. These teams got plenty of money. If they want you gone, they want you gone. If they want to put somebody in your place that they want in your place, they will do that. They will make that. They will make it happen.
Well,
Like,
they didn't have to. They didn't have to do any kind of interviews or anything because it was a succession plan that was put into Mayo's contract.
yeah,
So
which was announced after Vrabel was fired, right? Yes, it was announced after Vrabel was fired,
honestly,
and there was no possibility. Just check your timeline. It was announced after Vrabel was fired. So, yeah, this is what they're gonna do. Because yeah, that changes all the time. Just because you got a clause in your contract, girl, bye. They got
I know you have
they
to
got
pay, but I'm just saying,
lawyers.
like, I know
They
they
got
have
Howard
lawyers in
firm
that.
lawyers.
I know, but I'm saying like there would be no point to do that. So now, if I'm not mistaken, Mayo black, so they have another
Yeah,
black head coach
he's
for
not gonna
NFL
last in
team.
Boston. Boston has the most racist fans on both football and basketball, and if he does not go in here and win, no matter what, they gonna put him. He gonna be every N word out there. Like Boston is bad. Like it is really really bad. You have to hear the players talk about it. I think it was Kyrie Irving that'll tell you how they used to talk bad about him and call him the N word at the home games.
Oh,
Like yeah, like it's crazy. And then New England fans, oh my god, they are awful. Like you've heard it on a hot mic before, call them jigaboos and monkeys and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously,
oh
they
my!
do that to the players.
But he was already
So
there. Like he wasn't a head coach, obviously, but he was already there, so he
he
might
was on the
already be
coaching staff.
used to. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he might already be used to, any kind of language or anything like that. You know,
Not really as the head coach. The head coach get a whole different kind of
of
disrespect. You
course,
see
of
how I talk
course.
about Rabel? Fuck Rabel. But anyway, they get a whole different level of disrespect because they are considered responsible for the decisions that are made on that field. Seriously. But Pete Carroll,
Yeah.
man, he had an illustrious career at USC. He got caught up in the whole Reggie Bush scandal and all that. Still made a name for himself. Came to the league. Had the Seahawks winning the Super Bowl with Russell Wilson. Shout out three. I miss you, man. I hope you come to Tennessee, but we can't afford you because we need an offensive line. Because you definitely have to have an offensive line with your little short self.
And by the way, a
And
lot of people are saying that I don't know his contract, but a lot of people are saying that Derrick Henry apparently gave some kind of speech or something, making it seem like this might be his last year with the
can't
Titans.
pay him. He gonna his contract is over. His 5 year deal is over. He's gonna command a lot of money that we can't give him, and unless they come up with it and get an offensive line, I mean I just don't see it happening. We can't draft very well, so we're not gonna be able to. We got number 7 pick in the draft right now because we were so awful. But Derrick Henry more than likely, unless the Titans pay him, which I think they should,
I think they
and
should too.
if they got a black coach that's up. The Raiders offensive coordinator is I think he was put in as the head coach. I guess when something happened with their head coach, but he's interviewing for the Titans head coach position as well. I think they should run with that and run with Willis and keep Henry. Put that little white Mayo kid on the bench because I'm sorry, he is sorry to me. He
I'm a
had one good
Tannehill.
game. No, Tannehill is gone.
Mm.
Whatever money we get for him, we gonna take it. If they give us 13.50, if they give us $13.50, he is gone. That losing son of a bitch is out of Tennessee. But Will Levis is who I'm talking about. He had
Oh,
one
okay.
impressive game, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, he scored 4 touchdowns on his first debut." And then what has he done since? Throw picks like Tannehill, get sacked, broke his ankle. Now he's sitting on the damn sideline like a damn fool too. That's all Vrabel decision because the boy could he lost out the starting job behind Tannehill to Willis because of his arm. Willis has a way better arm, is what Coach Vrabel said, right?
Okay.
So he got the first job. So they put him in. The offensive line issues don't matter when it's him. He's supposed to be able to razzle dazzle and get out of that. You know what I'm saying? So, but then they put the white kid in. Oh, it's the offensive line. It's the offensive line. He overthrows, underthrows. He sidearms like Pat Mahomes. Like only Pat Mahomes can do that stupid sidearm shit. Like that's not how you throw a fucking football down the field. But anyway, I'm so upset with the Titans right now. So I hope they make some better decisions, and I hope that I'm over this by the time the season starts. Here comes September. I have September to be till September to be pissed off, and I intend to keep that. I'm gonna
Cool.
hold it with me, and then September I'm just gonna blow it all away because baby, But I
Well,
again,
they
I just
still
want to
want
say
Pete Carroll to be an advisor for the team.
for
So,
Seahawks,
hmm
yeah, that's a good idea. I think he should come down and coach Alabama. That's what I figured, but that didn't happen. DeBoer, for whatever reason, I don't really, I don't really know what they saw him because they hired him fast too.
hmm
They hired him pretty quickly, and he's already considering himself an Alabama man. Like he's stopping people in the airport, like yeah, roll tide. He's doing all this goofy political shit. So I hope he come in here with a game plan on how to get us some points scored, get us some defense going. You know. Oh, and shout out to former Alabama player D'Amico Ryans, even though he plays for my NFL rival, the Houston Texans. He is going he's gone to the playoffs and won his first playoff game. So I'm very proud of that. It's all Alabama on the Texans. We got Will Anderson on the defense. We got Mechie on the offense. We got the head coach as one of the best defensive players we ever had. So shout out to the Texans, my rival. I'm proud of y'all that somebody could go from the AFC South division and represent the way they did. Like they whooped some tail. They whooped some bootay.
yeah, they
Okay.
played against the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, but Flacco, did you not realize that Flacco was playing his ass off out there?
You know,
A
I don't
vet.
watch these games like that unless I'm
Well,
attending the games. I don't watch the
that's your
games unless
fault.
I'm
That is
attending.
your fault. But yeah, the Cleveland Browns had way better record than they've had in the most. Man, I think they was 11-5. Shit, and we over here won 6 games
Struggling,
off of the season.
struggling. That's what it was.
Yeah, we can't talk. I
We
can't
were
talk about nobody.
struggling.
I can't talk about them sorry ass Cowboys. Lord have mercy, that was crazy. I got into it with some girl in the group because I laughed at the fact that the Cowboys lost. You don't know the game, bitch. I know this game backward and forward is way better than you. Do you really want to get? I had this. I said, now you look stupid. I said you can have it though, because I'm not finna argue with somebody from a distance. Nobody can tell who the fool is. She want to come back or something. So I had to leave that alone. That's gross. Because normally we still be arguing, and this shit happened 2 days ago. We normally I would still be going back and forth with this bitch because she don't know nothing about what I know, and goddamn it, the Cowboys
Not
threw.
for Fenton tonight.
I'm
Just a
sorry,
lot.
I'm upset. I'm cold. Like this cold is on my bones, and I'm just upset. Like I can't believe how cold it is in my house because they done said we had to turn the heat down to 68 to help out Huntsville Utilities because they don't
Also,
want to
otherwise, they was trying to
overload.
do rolling blackouts because they did
I
rolling
don't.
blackouts here last year.
Well, they better roll their ass on up because I ain't goddamn it finna turn off nothing. But I'm trying to help, preserve the folks in Huntsville. I don't want nobody to be without any heat in this cold because I'm telling you, this gonna cause somebody to start shooting people because it's so
Wait,
cold out here.
what? How we get
I'm
there?
I,
How we get there?
I'm gonna tell you something. If I had to be outside in this right now, I would definitely
Wait,
be
we don't
inside
do
somebody's
ballots.
house.
We
Did you
don't
hear
do
me?
ballots.
I'm gonna be
No
like, look.
ballots.
I'm just like, look, man. If you don't let me in your house to get warm, I ain't
No
nothing bothering
ballots.
you. If you finna let me in here, it's cold. Like it's, I have on 4 shirts right now and this hoodie. Do you hear me? Because I'm that cold.
I wore it
I got
today
on.
because I wanted to wear my sweater that says the
Okay.
ops. So
Move your dangling braids out the
that's.
way. All right, so they can see it.
But
All
before
right.
we go to the next topic, I do want to bring up something that is related only in the sense that it's football, and you mentioned them. Somebody wrote in the comments that The Cowboys was the designer version of the Atlanta Falcons, and to me, that tickles my whole entire soul. I just want to say
Yeah,
that that
I
tickled
saw,
my
I saw
soul.
that too. That's crazy. Um, it's really sad. I'm gonna tell you why. Because for any year that because every year Cowboys fans say this is our year, um, and it's never is. And I tell you why. The reason is because Dak Prescott, like he, like he just chokes every fucking playoff. And that's what I said to that girl. And she was like, well, you don't know football. It was the defense. Yeah, the defense kept having to get back on the damn field so fast because Dak kept throwing interceptions. Like, come on now. Like, what are you talking about? Like, are you seriously telling me that his interceptions, like he hasn't really struggled with that all year? He doesn't. He usually doesn't struggle with that until he gets to the first round of the playoffs, and then boom, it's like he don't want to go any further. Well, if y'all saw Jerry Jones crying, Jerry Jones, the very 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 rich white man, Jerry Jones was crying because now he don't really know what to do with this. I'm just gonna call him an NIGGA because baby, they don't know what to do with him. Because how you gonna keep doing this in the playoffs and we keep paying you like this is a black man. Tony Romo, at least he'll win one or two games in the playoffs and then screw up. But Dak Prescott, this was the year they had a dominating defense, okay, who just totally sucked an egg on the other day. Like what the like seriously, like how do these this is the profession I can see in a college game where these kids don't show up for big games because they fucking kids. These is grown ass men out here. Y'all supposed to come to work, especially in the postseason. And yes, I agree that they are uh, the version of the Falcons. They in the same conference, so it don't really ain't really much to say. They in the NFC, but
But yeah, we gotta go
it's
ahead.
just crazy.
Yeah, we gotta go ahead
You
and go to the next topic.
okay?
So I sent you the video, I believe, on Instagram, and I don't know if it was a skit. I don't know if it was real or
Right.
fake or whatever, because people be doing all kind of things on social media. But it was a video of a man that got down on one knee and was gonna propose to his lady, and some guy came behind him and like kissed him on the head and just kind of walked off. And the girl was like, get up and fight him, basically. Again, I don't be
You just
condoning
gonna let some
violence.
man kiss you on the head like that?
Yeah, like, get him. Da, 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 da. I was like, doing too much. So, anyway, what did you think about it and the whole interaction of the video and everything? Because, like I said, I don't know if it's real. It's probably not real, but hey, it's something to talk about.
To ask because it wasn't until after watching it several times that I thought maybe it could be fake because the man that kissed him on the head was obviously a joke because he said and then he looked back at him. He was messing around. He was there to just fuck up the proposal. I think he just was like, you know what, this is funny. I'm gonna fuck this up. Then if they go viral, I'm gonna go viral. You know what I'm saying? Type
Yeah.
shit. Even though he did kiss the man on the head, I don't know if he was a homosexual man or not. He just thought it was gonna be funny. Okay. This is a quite a big fellow, so it took him a lot to get down there on that knee. First of all, and he had intentions of from what I saw to propose to his woman. Now, why was there someone off away from them that was recording?
Because most
Uh,
people have somebody recording their proposal anyway. So that's not, to me, that's not unusual. Just want to say that.
right. So if that and that should have been that would have been his friend, right? So they should have known to start
Not
recording.
necessarily. Well, not necessarily somebody that he told. It could be friend. It could be his friend or a photographer or I mean videographer, her friend, family member. It could be anybody.
Yeah, that word gave you some trouble just now, didn't it? I'm trying to tell you. But we're not gonna go there with you in these words today. This is not gonna be the spicy K word of the week type shit. Curacao. But it was she's totally a typical New York female. Now you can say what you want, but I have dealt with my share of New York females because I used to quote I used to like that New York attitude, and now I realize that it's what makes me want to fight. And I see why. I see why. They get talked about in dog because they too tough. These folks from New York, I don't know what y'all go through with the subway and the rats and the bodegas or whatever. It got y'all attitude on high.
No,
But
I want to say
but
this. I want to defend the New York people. For the most part, the people that are actually from New York, they are actually pretty nice. The ones I have encountered are actually pretty nice. Now, some of the transplants may not be, but the people that are actually, I didn't have any issues with them. I'm just saying, I
were
don't
you dealing with them romantically?
know.
Okay, well then shut up. Okay, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. But so yeah, so in this capacity of dealing with them in a romantic way, I can tell you now that New York women have a different type. It's not. It's not for. I won't say the weak. It's not for the strong either, because you can be the strongest motherfucker and that shit will still irk you. Like, what is your problem? Like, all my life I had to, like that's how they act. Like all their life they had to fucking fight Sophia head ass. But anyway, so the woman asking it, ruining the proposal, just messing up everything. Like my man went on, he was like, "Yo, what's up?" But he was there with intentions of making this woman his betrothed, his intended to marry. I love you. I intend to marry you. I'm proposing to you. This man playing around behind me ain't got nothing to do with us. And she's like, what you gonna do? You gonna let him kiss you on the head like that? You ain't gonna fight him. You ain't gonna. And she pushing him and like she almost
Yes,
knocked this nigga
aggressive.
down. She, you gonna sit there and let
Yeah.
that man kiss you on the head? Oh my god! Like what's wrong with you? Like she questioned. Now she questioning his sexuality because somebody came up behind him and kissed him on the head. He ain't know that man. He
So
ain't know
okay,
that man.
let me just say this. So, well,
Say it. Say
for
it. Just say
you,
it. For me.
because I'm trying to make it make sense, but
hmm
you would technically probably be the one proposing. So, what if you were getting ready to propose and some man kisses like your person on the forehead or something like that? What would you do?
The person that I'm proposing to.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a little deep. Hold on. Uh,
Because you would technically be the person that would propose, so I can't say what if because that would be your position. So let's just say that you were proposing and a man came and did that to the person you were proposing to.
but I'm gonna look at how she react. Like if she be like ooh or something like that, I'm be like, I'm going off in both of y'all eye. But anyway, no. But if I'm there and I'm intending to propose and somebody sees it like if you look at the video, he looked at the camera and was like oh and he went over there. He intended to mess up them people video. I would probably bust out laughing and be like, okay, so let me go and finish what I'm doing, and then we gonna check and see who this motherfucker was that kissed my girl on the head while I'm trying to propose. Ain't no way that if I am true to what I came there to do, that I'm gonna let something like that get in the way with it, like in the way of it. Like
Or
that shit is
or
crazy.
would you get more offended if it was a girl that
Oh
did
yeah,
that to a
definitely,
girl?
definitely.
To
I'm I'm
your
I'm
okay, okay.
I'm gonna find her. I'm like, what the? I'm like, whatever, babe. I love you. Will you marry me? I'm gonna keep on with what I came there to do. Like I'm not like that is, and that's what he tried to do. If you watch the video, which I watched it like 47,000 times, because I could not believe that this woman behaved that way. Like most women, that's not from New York, would be like, oh, and then be like, okay, I'm getting proposed to. I love this man. Not like
Your
she.
exaggeration
This,
of how women are is hilarious to me
I
in
know,
my
right?
soul.
This woman, he stood up like, cause she was like, you just gonna sit there and let him kiss you on the head. So he stood up. I told you he
Yeah.
probably about 6'3", 275 at least. He had to get up
He looked
off that
like
damn ground.
No, he looked like he might be bigger than 275. Mm.
Well, I mean, in that he at least 275. He had to get up, he had to rock. Then she gonna push the nigga like you ain't gonna do nothing. You gonna sit there and let him kiss. And he like what? Like bitch, what you? And then everybody in the comments was like, I hope he kept the ring in his pocket after that. That is your sign. That man kissed you on your head and saved your life. Because you was about to ruin your life and your future marrying this aggressive ass woman that's gonna make you fight her every day. And you're gonna have to tie your hands behind your back. You have to tie your hands behind your back to keep from putting your hands on this woman every single day. And that's not fair, sir. You do not deserve that, king. And I'm gonna call you a king. I can call my brothers kings, because yes, y'all are kings in my eyes, even though y'all don't fool with y'all like that. But
I don't
I
know.
just really, huh?
Go ahead.
And I'm just saying, I just really hate that happened, because if it's true, like, we'll
Yeah,
find out, because somebody's gonna call out, be like, this is a fake ass kid, or fuck that bitch. Y'all need to. Something gonna happen to where it's gonna come out if it was a skit or not.
yeah,
But I think the only one that was involved in a skit or a prank was the man that kissed him on the head, because he didn't even look. I mean, you can't really tell these days, but I wouldn't have said he was a homosexual man. I think he was just trying to get his
like attention.
15 seconds, yeah, of fame on the video. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, and you can't really fault people for that, because that's how they're getting paid nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You can't fault people for just wanting that second in the limelight. And I think that's just what it was. And the chick overreact, like, now she see everybody around, because everybody was looking at them at that point. So she was
yeah.
embarrassed. Like, my man just got kissed on the head by another man. Like, that was. She was like she put her whole chest in that push. She was like, "What you doing?"
Yeah, she showed enough. Yeah, she she did grab him. Me
That was
personally, like
crazy.
I first of all, we already know I'm not causing people to get into fights. So that's me. Depending on what it is, like especially if they were in an area like say for instance on a trip and these people don't know each other and you know that they don't really know anybody here, like it is what it is. Me personally, only because I don't have a lick of sense sometimes, I'm probably going to either roll my eyes or crack up laughing. And I'm probably just going to be confused, but there's no way I'm going to be like pushing him to go fight somebody because, listen, whether or not he is part of the community or not, that's
The
another
LGBT
dude.
community.
You don't know
And
what
my
they
man
got
was
on them and what they can do.
my man was shorter than him, but he was, he had some chest and arms going on. Right, he might would have rocked your dude box. Then what you would have done? Oh, you a weak ass. Now I
Okay,
vindicated you a little bit.
now your man get beat up, and it's all because of
That's
you.
going viral because of
Exactly.
you. You gonna make him go and pick a fight, possibly get shot, stab, something else, because you want him to fight this man for kissing him on the head. He didn't even pay that no mind at all. He was still down on his knee with his ring box. I would have took that ring and threw it upon the forest. Do you hear me?
You
Just
pay for that ring, so no, it costs money.
yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Well, I would have threw the box and kept the ring, so she would thank me that I threw
Be
that.
like, this is the ring. This is the
Right.
box. But yeah,
I'm not marrying
but
you.
yeah, but like I said, because I'm kind of goofy, so I either would have literally rolled my eyes or either cracked up laughing and being like, "What is going on around here?"
What were you saying now? You want to marry me? Okay, that's what you'd have been like. You they done that goofy laugh right there, and be like, okay, oh, you want to marry me?
Oh my goodness!
Make you want to marry me?
Oh
Oh,
my! Oh my!
make you want to
Oh,
marry me?
we
That's
are
that
not
song, ain't it?
Rashida. Yeah, Rashida.
Make you want. Oh, for real, it's a real song. I just heard it on TikTok.
Yes.
Make you want to marry me? Michael wanna murder me, but that was it. I just saw that's how most of the songs I hear nowadays are on TikTok, because I don't believe in the musicians of today. But that's okay. That's neither here nor there. That's a whole nother podcast. But yeah, women, y'all need to, like I said, if this turns out to be fake, I'm gonna be really pissed, because I feel so strongly about this situation, and I think that he should run far, far away from this woman. I'm talking about just the way she maximized her pectoral muscles and pushed this big
Yeah, because
strong
she
ass
kind of
man.
like grabbed him up, like she kind of like
Right.
gripped it. She gripped
Like
his like she gripped his shirt a little. She gripped
like
it
she would do
like
that anytime he bring back the wrong thing from the store. I can see it now. And then what he supposed to he gonna be put in a compromising position every day of his life. That is kidnapping. That's I'm gonna say that is for the definition of kidnapping. That's what it is. Held against his will and can't do nothing about it because now you done decided to marry this woman. So hopefully, sir, you read the comments on this video and you realize that this man that probably could have rocked your box at least dotted your eye and checked your chin a little bit saved your life. So I'm glad you didn't pursue that. I'm glad that nothing happened to
we don't
you.
know.
He stopped like the man was gone. You didn't see in the crowd.
No,
Like
I'm
I
saying
don't know.
like we don't know whether or not they still went through with the proposal or anything like that. We don't know if they're still together. That's what I mean. So you're saying that he basically dodged a bullet, and we don't know if he really did for real because he could have just changed settings and proposed at a different time.
Again. Yeah. When that bruise went down out of his chest, he probably said, "You know what? She didn't really mean it." That's how victims start. That's how victimality is it a word? It is today. That's how victimality start talking about. It was just because they were mad. Look, sir, if you're listening to me now and you need help, call us here. The phone number is on the page. We will respond to your calls and email immediately, sir, because you need our help more than anybody that I can think of right now. Okay, Mr. Man, you need to be single for a little while and find you a woman that got a little bit less attitude and a little bit less strength. Cause she rocked him. I don't give a damn what nobody says. That's a big Negro. Find you a woman that.
Ignore that. Ignore that. I'm
Okay,
trying
I
to.
didn't. But yeah, that is the craziest thing. So I really do hate that went viral. Like everything goes viral nowadays. That's why when I'm out in public, I walk with a straight face and I don't make any sudden movements so nobody will and try to
Yeah.
video record me because whatever you do is on. Like this man sitting in the car the other day and he just had his phone out like this, and this woman just really digging in her nose and eating her boogers. And she don't know that she done went viral because she probably hasn't seen herself yet. But somebody that knows her saw her and told her, Karen, Tracy. Now she looked like a Brooke. Brooke, you were boogers in public and you're fired. Like they gonna fire her because whatever kind of job she got, she can't have that being a booger eater at her big age. I promise you. I promise you. Yeah, it's only a certain age that you can eat boogers still, and and if you're driving a motor vehicle legally, you are too old to be eating your own boogers. I'm so sorry. I don't know if she laughing. Why are you? What she got gas or something? But anyway, there's no there's no safety from the internet these days. You have to be as careful as you can out here. Um, yeah, bless your heart. Like that, I did that
Something
shit in
is
fifth
really
grade.
wrong with you. Something is, and I'm not
No,
bullying. I'm just saying, like, why are
see,
you saying?
what you?
Why are
What's
you
wrong with me?
saying? What are you
Hmm. What's
saying?
wrong with me,
Why are
Spicy
you saying?
K?
Why are you saying she's gonna lose her job for eating boogers? Like,
I would fire her. Would you not fucking fire her if you were her boss? Please. I'm not gonna have my employees be seen eating boogers on viral videos. I'd be like, if you don't take your green thumb ass on, goddamn well with your booger eating self. Oh my god, I couldn't even imagine. Let, even you as my co-host, I'll fucking fire you if somebody put you on a viral video eating boogers. I'll never. I'd be like, you know what? I can't be seen with you in public again. I never ever want to speak to you ever again because you done got caught. And she had fingernails to where she was getting them up out of her.
oh, this is gross.
Yeah. I'll see if I can find it and send it to you because I know you want to see it. You want to see it because you can find out who she is and get her fired. I
No,
want
I
her
will not.
eliminated from her position. She is not getting enough nutrients at home, and she be fucking around and passed out on the job anyway. She need nutrients, and she's trying to get them from her own boogers. Do you know what boogers are?
First
Boogers
of all,
are
this is nasty.
yeah, boogers are snot and dirt. Okay, that those form in there to keep these pathogens out of your lungs from breathing, and you're gonna eat them anyway. Like you just, you know, what they say, shooting off your nose to spite your face. Exactly, that's exactly what you're doing. These pathogens are trying to keep you. This boogers are forming to keep you alive from these pathogens, and you're gonna take it out your nose and eat it. Sacrilegious, sacrilegious.
Let's just go to the last thing for the night because
What
I'm
has a
completely
book, a TV show, or a movie
grossed out.
taught you this week? Okay, we just don't eat boogers and you'll be right.
I don't eat boogers, but
I
this is
promise
so
you, if you don't eat
disgusting.
boogers, you'll be fine. You will be perfectly fine. Right?
I, I don't eat boogers. So let me. Did you eat boogers as a kid?
No. But I did catch a girl eating boogers on the bus with my camera when we went on a field trip because nobody believed me because they knew I didn't like her. I'm just gonna call you Jay Wolf. You know who you are. So if you out there listening, you know that I showed everybody when I got them pictures developed after our field trip to TPAC Performing Arts Center in Tennessee, and we went to the what is that? The Parthenon. What is that? Ain't that or something?
Yeah, there's the
Yeah,
Parthenon. No,
park. Yeah, the pavilion or something like that.
it's
We
no, it's
was
called
there.
Parthenon
Okay, but then I was right after
at
the
Centennial
ancient
Park.
Greeks and stuff. Yeah, Centennial Park. Yeah. So we went there after we went to the Tennessee Performing Arts Center, and I saw her on the bus, and I said, and got them developed and showed everybody at school in the fifth grade. I was the first one to expose somebody eating boogers, and
Okay,
she
you know,
really
let's just yeah, let me just go ahead and finish out. Okay, so I actually watched a movie. It was called Miranda's Victim. So I don't know. Initially, I don't know why, but I thought
mm-hmm.
Miranda was a woman, but apparently Miranda is the last name. You know about this, the movie was concerning Miranda rights. You know, you have the
Right,
right to
right,
remain
yes,
silent. Anything you say
yeah.
or do can be held against you in a court of law. You have the right to attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed for
Won't
you.
be
Da da da.
provided for you yet.
So,
Mm-hmm.
what I also didn't realize based on watching this movie is that Miranda rights just became effective like in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason, I felt like it should have been way before that, but whatever. Um, and that case, trigger alert again, was about rape.
Mm.
Apparently, Mr. Miranda,
Miranda.
um, like raped several women, and
Really?
only one was able to. Well, not one was able. Only one was courageous enough to actually go through with the charges, and I think a lot of that had to deal with the fact of her sister, cause her mama is not my mama, cause my mama would have been right there fighting with me and making sure I got justice, but her mama was like, do you really want people to know that that happened to you? And then she married this guy that was a whole complete ugh. He was
Mm.
like, he literally said to her, my friends are now gonna say, why did I marry you? Because why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? The lady was raped. Yes,
Mm.
the nerve, baby, the nerve. The only person that really stood by her and cared about her and what happened to her was her sister, because she was pretty much shunned when people were finding out that like it was her, or the people that knew, they were like shunning her, like I said, even her own mama. But I think to me it felt like maybe her mama, something had happened to her mama, because her mama was really weird about all of it. But
That is crazy. It had to go to the Supreme Court,
Yeah, it was Miranda versus. I had it pulled up earlier. It
Arizona.
was, yeah, Miranda versus Arizona, um,
Hmm.
and they were eventually able to, you know, retry him, and he was able to. He was then convicted, but this is where, as some people would like to call it, poetic justice came about. He got out.
Hmm.
He was then killed. The person that killed him obviously invoked his Miranda rights and didn't say
Hmm.
anything, and apparently escaped to Mexico and was never tried.
Now that is the most poetic of poetic justices, because even though we don't condone
No, we do
violence
not
here
condone
on the
violence
show,
around here. Mm-mm.
um, the small things that people get off for these days are ridiculous. And but I do think that having to be Mirandized is valid,
Yeah,
because
you need to know your rights.
apparently they questioned him for hours and hours and hours, you know, and he just started admitting to everything. He admitted he chopped down a cherry tree instead of George Washington and this type shit. You know what I'm saying? He started
Yeah,
telling on himself for shit he did in the third grade, like, just forcing upon him. But they obviously knew that he done it. So it's a way to check law enforcement, which is needed in most cases. Now, not in every case they need to be checked, but in most cases they need to be kept in check as well, because they have a goal. Like, their job is to solve the case, and sometimes
of course.
they push the envelope too far and go too far on this and then the other, and then people end up getting set free that are most definitely guilty. So it's a double edged sword if you think about it, because the police have a job, but most criminals that commit crimes, especially crimes of passion such as trigger warning, rape, and sexual assault and things like that, they know what they can and cannot get away with. And then if you don't do everything to the letter of the law, that person free. Like, it could be,
Yeah,
like your boy Mark Furman in the OJ case. He thought he was doing the world of good because he knew Juice did that. He said, "I'm just gonna plant a little bit more evidence to make it stick on him." And what it do? It bit him in the ass. I don't think Juice did it, and I still maintain to this day that OJ Simpson was not the murderer of Nicole Brown and damn Ron,
Goldman.
whatever his name, Goldman. That's I was finna say that, but I wasn't sure. I maintain that he had a cocaine problem, and it was his drug dealer that followed him to Nicole Brown Simpson's house to collect money, and was told to get the fuck on, and he killed both of them. That's just what I maintain. I don't know. He was a real big gym freak. We don't know if he had a drug problem or not, but it was said that she did. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I stick with, because the timeline don't match. The glove didn't fit, so you had to quit. There was too much that didn't add up to Juice being the one that actually committed the murder. I have never doubted that he might have had something to do with it, but physically, he was not the one that committed that murder.
I just
And
don't understand how we got to OJ Simpson, but it's okay.
I mean,
It's
it, it
okay.
was it
It's
was a
okay.
weird transition for all of us, but it works. All right.
But I also saw that, like, and apparently in the movie that I saw, like I said, it was called Miranda Victims. So it also appears that this guy, allegedly, because he was only tried for the one, I believe he did a lot of he had a criminal past, but apparently it was alleged that he was kind of like a serial rapist. But one of the things that he also did was he was going around signing like the Miranda rights little postcard type thing. I don't know. But anyway,
Hey, he pretty famous off of it.
it was I can't remember what it was on, but it's called Miranda Victims if you want to
I
watch
was
the
just
full
gonna ask you
thing.
what it's on.
And
It's on one of the
it
platforms out there.
more than likely it probably was on Hulu. More than
I
likely it
watched
was
Hulu the
probably
other
on
day. I ain't
Hulu.
seen that. And
But
that's
it's
another
called
thing. Why
it's
does
called
Hulu?
Miranda. It's called Miranda Victims.
It's a Lifetime movie, and
Um,
it sounds like it.
Um,
It's either on Prime or Hulu. Then if it's a Lifetime movie, it sounds like a Lifetime movie because I don't see nobody else doing that. And I haven't seen it on Hulu, and I watch Hulu every day. Shout out Hulu. I've been watching Revenge Over. That's my show right there.
it's a 2023 movie, and it's on Hulu. Yeah, it's on Hulu. It came out last year, apparently. Apparently, came out
It
on
was
USA.
2023.
So it came out on. It may have
Oh,
came out on USA, unless they just saying USA.
is the country of origin. Oh my god. You know what? I ain't even finna
I
say
don't
this shit.
know. I don't know because like if they have it on the side, sometimes they have like what station.
USA. USA.
So I'm not really sure.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm not really sure, but it's on Hulu and it's called Miranda's Victim. But anyway, this is episode 42 in the books on
Mm.
this very, very cold Tuesday in January with the snow outside. We both got on hoodies. It wasn't planned. I have on again the podcast hoodie, which is available on allinmyhead.com on Shopify. But this is your girl, Spicy K.
And it's your girl, TK.
And we're the ops. We're telling it all and we're out of here.
Peace.
Why are you kissing